Okay, let's unpack this. You're out foraging for, a gourmet spring delicacy. You bring it home, cook it up, and you've just ingested a chemical compound used to propel rocket engines.
Yeah, you're basically out in the woods looking for this prized treat, and you might accidentally harvest something that, well, requires a hazmat suit.
It's terrifying. Welcome to our deep dive, everyone. Today we are looking at a stack of toxicology reports, forwarding guides, and a 19-year clinical study.
Right, all centering on this highly sought-after wild mushroom that doubles as a really deadly gamble.
We're talking specifically about the false morel, or Gyromitra esculenta. Now, if you know your foraging, you probably know what a true morel looks like.
Oh, absolutely. True morels are completely hollow, and they have this very distinct pitted honeycomb cap.
Right, but getting them confused with a false morel it's like biting into one of those decorative wax apples on your grandma's dining table. Except, with potentially fatal consequences.
That's a great way to put it. I mean, the deception is purely visual. The false morel isn't hollow at all.
It's just a solid mass inside.
Kind of. It looks like this wavy, irregular, reddish-brown brain, and if you slice it open, it's filled with these cottony fibers, or like distinct little chambers.
I'm looking at these field guides right now, and the terrifying part is just how subtle that difference is on the outside. But what I really don't get is the chemistry.
The chemistry, why?
Yeah, like what is actually inside those cottony fibers that makes it so lethal?
Well, false morels contain this mycotoxin called gyromitrin. When you eat it, the acid in your stomach actually hydrolyzes that gyromitrin.
Okay.
And it converts it directly into a compound called monomethylhydrazine, or MMH.
Wait, MMH, that's literally the exact same chemical compound used as a propellant in rocket fuel.
Yes, it is actual rocket fuel. And what's fascinating here is how that rocket fuel attacks the human body.
Okay, lay it on me.
So MMH aggressively binds to and inactivates vitamin B6, specifically its active form, which is pyridoxal 5' phosphate.
So it wipes out your B6. Why is that so bad?
Because your brain desperately needs that vitamin to produce GABA. And GABA is the neurotransmitter that, regulates and calms electrical activity in the brain.
Oh, I see. So the vitamin B6 is like the key that starts the GABA factory. And the rocket fuel essentially snaps the key off inside the ignition.
Exactly. And without GABA, your brain just loses its brakes entirely.
That sounds horrible.
It is. It leads to severe neurological symptoms. We're talking anything from vertigo to intractable seizures. Plus, the breakdown of MMH creates free radicals that cause severe necrosis in the liver.
Okay, I have to push back here for a second.
Sure.
If this thing literally turns into rocket fuel and destroys your liver, why are people in places like Finland and Spain actively boiling and eating it? I mean, in Finland, it's practically a regulated delicacy.
It seems crazy, right? But it's
So-
because MMH is highly volatile. Its boiling point is only around 190 degrees Fahrenheit.
So cooking it actually does something.
Right. Boiling the mushrooms in massive amounts of water in a really well-ventilated area vaporizes a significant portion of that toxin.
But wait, if boiling doesn't remove all the toxin, why aren't we seeing mass casualties here in the U.S.? I mean, the Michigan Poison Center actually tracked this for 19 years.
Yeah, that study is incredibly revealing.
Right. They looked at 118 local cases of false morel ingestion. And historically, European data shows this massive neurotoxicity and a mortality rate of up to 14%.
But the Michigan study found almost no severe cases.
Exactly. Mostly just mild gastrointestinal issues like nausea and vomiting, 0 deaths, 0 seizures.
Is an American false morel just, I don't know, built differently than a European one?
Well, actually, yes. There is strong evidence of regional variations in the toxin levels of the mushrooms themselves.
So a Michigan mushroom is just naturally less toxic than a French one.
Likely, yes. But it also comes down to human genetics. It's about how we process toxins.
What do you mean?
Your liver produces specific enzymes that attach an acetyl group to the toxin. That makes it water-soluble so you can actually pee it out.
Some individuals are what we call fast acetylators. They have highly efficient enzymes. But slow acetylators essentially have a backlog.
Oh, wow. So the rocket fuel just sits in their system.
Exactly. They clear those hydrazines much slower, leaving them way more susceptible to severe neurotoxicity.
Man, so the complete roll of the genetic dice combined with exactly where the mushroom grew.
Pretty much.
So the big takeaway for you listening right now is to always be absolutely certain of what you are foraging and eating. Nature's chemistry is highly complex, and a mistake isn't just a bad meal, it's a massive medical emergency.
Definitely. And, while we've mainly discussed the acute effects of eating a false morel, there is this lingering question about chronic exposure.
Oh, right, the long-term stuff.
Yeah. Recent epidemiological clusters in the French Alps suggest a really strong link between lifelong, repeated false morel consumption and the development of ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease.
That is wild. So a lifetime of eating quote-unquote properly prepared wild mushrooms could actually trigger a slow, silent neurodegenerative decline.
It really makes you rethink the whole delicacy aspect.
It totally does. It makes you wonder if that decorative wax apple is secretly poisoning you, just one tiny bite of rocket fuel at a time. Definitely something for you to ponder next time you seek out wild delicacies.